Welcome to Warm It Up Summit, brought to you today by the Public Speakers Association. I'm so excited to introduce to you the amazing Mr. Fox Fire. Fox, why don't you take it from here?
Thank you, Tonya, and good afternoon, everybody. I am Fox Fire, and I will tell you this. Every day that I get up, whether I'm going to teach, or I'm going to speak, going to coach, or going to write, I warm it up and I prepare myself to never give up. I was doing some reading yesterday, and I heard a good line. The numbers don't lie because they can't talk. And I'll say that again. The numbers don't lie because they can't talk. And the statistic that I read was 53% of people give up on their dream. Okay, so today I want to change that number if I can. If I can lower that number by 1%, I'm making the impact that I set out to make. 53% of people give up on their dream. And like I said, the numbers don't lie because the numbers can't talk. So let's change that. I want to give you 8 reasons to never give up. And let's get right into it. Suggestion. Set goals. Goals create pressure, and pressure makes things happen. I'll say it again. Set goals for yourself, because goals create pressure, and pressure makes things happen. So, in other words, start the bar high and raise it. Stretch yourself to the limit so much you can't take it. Whatever you are facing, it is in trouble. Anything you do, it is on the double. Ready, set, on your mark. You have got the keys and you are double parked. Ready yourself for the ultimate spectacle. Strap it on and create your own miracles. Be the best human you ever knew, a story all can aspire to. Go beyond the beyond and always do more than expected. Set goals. Goals create pressure, and pressure makes things happen. Second reason to never give up on something. One of the things that I do is I'm a coach for the Somerset Patriots. It's an independent professional baseball team in the Atlantic League. Here, we're based out of Bridgewater, New Jersey. We've had a player the last 4 years named Scott Kelly. And Scott and I have really developed a deep relationship and a deep respect for one another. And oftentimes before games, I'll throw some batting practice to him and we'll chat just about life for a moment. And sometimes I'll be talking to him, and other times he will initiate the conversation. And one day he comes to me and he gave me a line that his father told him years ago, and it just sticks in my head. And it's another reason to never give up. And it goes like this. All in does not mean all smooth. I'll say that again. All in does not mean all smooth. When you're totally invested in something, it does not mean that it's going to be easy. In fact, your desire and how much you want to do it is really tested in those situations. And it's really revealed how much you want to do something. So be on time, be polite, and have a good sense of humor. Don't get involved or get trapped in rumors. Realize that all in does not mean, again, all smooth. Realize that winners win because they learn when they lose. And stay humble and be kind. Take care of your body, and people feed your mind. Again, point number 2, all in does not mean all smooth. So never give up. If you want to read more about this and about someone who really, I think, embodied this, is the founder of McDonald's, Ray Kroc. There's been much written about him, a movie about him, Ray Kroc, K-R-O-C, the founder of McDonald's. His life personified all in, not meaning all smooth. Okay. Third reason to never give up. On your path, don't disguise a challenge as an excuse. Again, don't disguise a challenge as an excuse. If you fail, it doesn't make you a failure. So give it your best at what you want to be, because it would be a total shame if you failed at what you didn't want to be. In the end, you might not have it all. But people remember, it is not naive to try. So prayer-eyes, picture-eyes, and actualize. In the end, fly high. Yes, as it stands right now, all you have is your current reality. And every day in your head, fear disguises as practicality. Practicality says play it safe. And it says this year after year, but if you would dare just lift its mask, all you would see is fear. So lift the mask up, stare right through fear, and kick it to the past. Be the person you were destined to be. Turn around and let your naysayers just kiss your backside. Okay, point number 3, don't disguise a challenge as an excuse. Treat it as it is, as a challenge. I think somebody who really personified this was Terry Fox. Was very, very young when all of this event happened, but Terry Fox was a man from Canada who contracted cancer. And he had to have one of his legs amputated right above the knee. But it wasn't ever about him to him. It was about those that he saw while in rehab, while in surgery in the hospital, who had cancer, who were younger than he was, and were in more dire situations, if there could be that, than he was. Okay? So he challenged himself. He said, I'm going to run across Canada, okay, and raise money for those with cancer. Okay? And he could have given an excuse. I'm too tired. It's too far. It's too long. It's too windy. It's too hot. It's too cold. It's raining outside. Whatever it was. I have one leg. He challenged himself. That's all he thought about. He was void of excuses. So again, don't treat a challenge with a challenge. Dive in. Don't treat a challenge with an excuse. Dive in and treat it as such. Treat it as a challenge. Next point. This was discussed by me and Tonya before we spoke. Okay. Sometimes it's the smallest thing that allows you to take the biggest leap. Okay. I've been studying songwriting and what might get your songs on the radio. And one of the things nowadays that I've been reading about and learning about is writing from a me to you perspective. So if you're writing a love song and you're writing it me to her, I loved her, that's probably not going to appeal to as many people as I love you. So the listener always thinks it's them. Again, sometimes it's the smallest thing, smallest adjustment you make that allows you to take the biggest leap. In days of yore, it was such a fuss. I could not find it within myself to adjust. Tried as I must, I could not adjust. Stuck in my routine, rigid even in my dreams. My life defined by structure, one misstep away from destruction. Never giving in to the spontaneous or anything that might be extraneous. Focused on my tasks like a laser beam. No time this day, not a second to daydream. I must make myself into a man, I said, and pull myself out of this routine quicksand. Why can't I understand that life is what happens when you are making plans? In days of yore, it was such a fuss. I could not find it within myself to adjust. But if you know that the smallest thing you do can make the biggest difference, you know that you can adjust. Again, I'm Fox Beyer, talking about 8 reasons to never give up. Let's go back through them shortly. Set goals. Goals create pressure, and pressure makes things happen. So go beyond the beyond and do more than expected. All in does not mean all smooth. So when things aren't all smooth, I encourage you to feed your mind, because there is always another way to get to your destination. 3, don't disguise a challenge with an excuse, or don't treat a challenge with an excuse. Treat a challenge as it is a challenge. Okay? Don't let fear wear the mask of practicality. Okay? Don't tell yourself lies because you're scared. If you're scared, try it anyway. That's what courage is. Being scared, but doing it anyway, or trying it anyway. 4th reason to never give up. Sometimes it's the smallest adjustment that makes the biggest difference. Number 5, it's about perspective. And it took me a long time to realize this. Down the road, when you're attacking something, when you're going after your goal, not somebody else's expectation, but your goal for yourself, understand that there are going to be people, okay, that want you to fail, that don't want you to succeed. And some of these people might be very close to you. That really, to this day, rattles me, but it's true. But just do this. Let the haters hate, and the lovers will love it. Come on in, my man. Take whatever you want, table, chair, or booth. I'm going to give you what I want and you need. That's the truth. You are who you are, man. Eye candy all the girls. Take whatever you want. Go get it in this world. Me, I'm not those things. Wish I could change them. Boom. I'm Prince Charming in an instant. So stop making fun of me just because I'm different. You've done it many times to me. In the backyard, at the bus stop, and in my car. I am done forgiving you. That stuff is just too hard. So stop trying to dig me into a hole. Go put yourself and your problems on somebody else and beat it, you obnoxious a-hole. Number 5, never give up and accept the fact that there are going to be people around you in your world, some very close to you, who want you to fail. Okay, and I learned that from a book, just some life experience, from a book called Shift, S-H-I-F-T, written by Steve Sachs. Again, that's Shift by former Major League Baseball player and coach, Steve Sachs. accept the fact that there are people very close to you who do not want you to succeed. Move on, let the haters hate, and the lovers will love it. Sixth reason to never give up. Realize this, and you know this, but I'm just making you aware of it. When you commit to never giving up, there is never any guarantee of failure. Again, when you commit to never giving up, there is no guarantee of failure. Even if tough times last, tough people, well, they last longer. And as you go down that mogul-ridden path, let your faith grow stronger. If you fall off the horse, get up and get back on the saddle. Victory Highway, well, that's not smooth sailing. For that road is a constant uphill battle. Even if positive thoughts don't work, understand that negative thoughts will kill you. Just keep your mind, your body, and your soul on high alert. Then you will never know the heights you will take yourself to. So keep one hand on the wheel and one foot on the gas. These struggles you will face, they are certainly real, but you can always tell them to kiss your backside. Let the path to victory not drive you insane, for this road to success, it's not paved. Someone I think who typifies this is DJ Gregory of Savannah, Georgia. If you don't know his story, here's the short version of only part of his story. In the year 2009, DJ decides to walk every hole of the PGA Tour. That is a distance of over 900 miles. And nobody does this. No one. DJ, like me, has cerebral palsy. Okay? His entire body is entangled, and it wants to go fetal. And like me, and I know in his life, in many surgeries, he's seen many needles. Okay? And he has gone through a lot in his life. And he walked every hole of the course for an entire season. Okay? Understanding this road to success, it's not paved. Again, I'm Fox Beyer, teacher, speaker, author, coach, songwriter, giving you reasons to never give up on your dream. Okay? 1, set goals. Goals create pressure. Pressure makes things happen. 2, all in does not mean all smooth. Number 3, don't disguise a challenge as an excuse. Treat a challenge as it is a challenge. 4, sometimes it's the smallest thing that allows you to take the biggest leap. 5, accept the fact that there are people, some very close to you, who want you to fail. And 6, if you never give up, there's no guarantee of failure. Let's get into number 7. Surround yourself with good people as you go toward your goal. And when you get to the top, realize that there is a bench there, not a chair. Again, when you get to the top, realize there's a bench there, not a chair. Okay? On your way, you're going to need advice. You're going to need help. Those things will make you get better at what you do. Heard a great line from a guy in a podcast. Okay? On your way to your goal, to your destination, take the napkin out of your collar and put it over your arm. Give, 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 and then receive. Last night, I lied in bed and looked to the sky. I'll tell you what I saw in my mind's eye. It was a place, same in race and in creed. A mighty fine place to be indeed. People not doing for themselves, but for each other. That person right next to them, for sure their brother. People for each other they lived. One word on their minds, that word was give. It was a place, free and void of things like bigotry. A mighty fine place to be indeed. Last night, I lied in bed and looked as far as my eyes could see. Last night, I saw a world free of disease. On your way to the top, surround yourself with good people and realize when you get there, there's a bench there, not a chair. Okay? Be a friend first. You want to make friends. And finally, number 8, 8th reason, never to give up. If you do all of this, you can change your life forever. The early was a day-to-day struggle. It went from bad to worse, and the pain doubled. Never far from imminent danger. From the tough and the unforgiving, I was no stranger. Closure to me seemed impossible, but toughness, I had that, and it was plentiful. So I turned my pain into inspiration, and every day I gave it a game face salutation. I said, hello, tough times. You were just a pit stop to a happy life. Because what's victory highway without some struggle and strife? Never give up on your dreams, people. Set goals. Goals create pressure. Pressure makes things happen. All in does not mean all smooth. Don't disguise a challenge with an excuse. Sometimes it's the smallest thing that makes the big difference. So make the adjustment. Accept the fact there's a small percentage of people close to you who do not want you to succeed. Simply let the haters hate and the lovers will love it. If you never give up, there's no guarantee of failure. Surround yourself with good people, and you could change your life forever. Come bearing gifts. Okay, come bearing gifts. Any poem you heard in this last 25 minutes, it is available free download. Okay, I want to offer that, all of them free download. Just go on to my website, which is foxbuyer.com, FOXBEYER.com. Okay? And you'll see a link, a Podbean or an iTunes link. All of that content is free. And a lot of those are poems which you just heard. I'll post also online the names of the poems if you'd like to indulge in those, but those are free off of my website. Additionally, my book, Letter Kindling, Igniting, Inspiring, and Evoking the Fire Within, those poems are in that book. I will give you a free copy of my book, FREE. Okay? Be inspired. Just go on to my website, foxbuyer.com, FOXBEYER.com. At the bottom, send me a message with your name, with your email and your address, and I'd be sure to ship that to you for free. Again, reasons to never give up. Don't ever do it because there's no guarantee of failure. Thank you so much for your space and your time today. And Tonya, back to you.